It's going down. Only the best survive. Only the real survive. Yo, just attack.
So I'm gonna try not to get physical here, but I'm here with Jakob, who's been working on the Fight Lights Out for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Move. And first of all, could you take us, like, when did you start thinking about PlayStation Move and making a game for it? Because obviously that's not what you've done previously in development.
Yeah, actually the concept was designed by Martin, our lead designer, about 3 years ago, the first concept, and then we had the idea to use the 6-axis controller for a game, and we showed it to Sony, and they say okay, maybe, and then we produced the demo sort of 1.5 years ago, and then they say okay, you're great about this with motion sensing games, but we have something in the pipeline, the PlayStation Move. So can you do this for PlayStation Move? And for 1 year ago we started the development.
And it's one of the few games that have a little bit more of a gritty sort of adult theme. I think PlayStation Move has launched with a lot of titles that perhaps for a younger demographic. Do you feel that it lends itself well, motion sensing, to this kind of game?
Yes, I really do, because it's a new kind of fighting experience that I think that can appeal to hardcore gamers as well, because it's totally skill based. You have to actually aim towards the place at the opponent that you want to hit. So I think it's a sort of a mix between a sort of casual game, because it's quite easy to pick up and play. You can always wave around, but you can also have quite a lot of depth in it.
The game is coming out actually today, I think. Right as we're sitting here, they're shipping it out to the stores. It's gotten quite harsh critique from some places. Do you have anything to say about that, or like, is there any comment you would like to make on some of the reviews that have been published?
Yes, reviews is always difficult. This is a totally new experience according to me, and if you don't follow the sort of basic rules, you have to stand in a certain place and fight for real. If you're trying to cheat with a game, it won't play well. So it looks better if you're a good fighter, actually. So I don't think maybe that this is a game for everyone, but as you've seen by the reviewers, some of the reviewers really like it. So it's sort of, that's what I have to say about it.
It's a hard thing with all these kind of games, because you're not really restricting people in like an arcade game environment where, you know, they're set in one place and they can't really do anything else. But you actually, is that something that sort of you would think of for a new game on PlayStation Move, that people don't perhaps adhere to rules, or like what the rules of the game?
Yes, of course. It's very interesting to read all the reviews, and everybody has good points. We have to work with some stuff and maybe adapt the game to be better for more users.
So could you tell us a little bit about the experience of working with PlayStation Move? You got the kits pretty early. You're probably some of the people that have had it the longest by now. What has that experience been like, and is it harder to make a game with these kind of controllers than, say, your typical console release?
I think that depends on the game. We choose sort of quite a hard path to do a one-to-one fighting game, and actually nobody has tried to do that ever before. But I don't think that the actual hardware is a problem to develop games, because the PlayStation Move is very accurate, it's very fast, and it's very precise. So you can, I think that's you can represent sort of buttons with gestures in many types of games. But this is a sort of other experience that we're trying to do.
And you mentioned the fact that it's really up to the player. But if you'd like to sort of reach out to the audience and you know, try to say who is this game right for, who should pick it up?
I think it's a sort of great party game, because it's sort of physical. You can look at each other, you can play together, by split screen. You can play on the online, and I think that's the really good part of the game, to play online against other humans, because then you have this sort of extreme skill moment in it. So if you're into fighting, if you're into skill-based fighting and want to play online, this is a perfect game for you.
I think it's safe to say that any party that features a fight is one that you'll remember.
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.